What's up, Berserker Patriot Store family? So, I'm going to give you some more facts about Obama and why the mainstream media is able to lie, cheat, steal, and just do whatever the fuck they want now. Before Barack Obama, we had the Smith-Mundt Act, which held news, anyone that's a verified news source that reaches millions of people, accountable for lies and opinion pieces. You have to state whether it's fact, lie, or opinion pieces. The news was not allowed to put out these massive propaganda pieces like this, lying to the American people. That was illegal. They were fined out of existence for doing so before Obama. That's why we didn't have all this propaganda and all this bullshit going on until after Obama's presidency. So, we need to reenact this law, or we need to create a new law. There's somebody going around with the Charlie Kirk Act right now, which I want the Charlie Kirk Act to be something completely different, but if we can add this into it, absolutely. I spoke of the Charlie Kirk Act the day he got assassinated, and we need to create a Charlie Kirk Act that where anyone that performs any type of terrorism in America is immediately held accountable. We don't have to go through all this bullshit. They're immediately held accountable because you don't have constitutional rights when you're a terrorist in America. And now they're dropping terrorist charges left and right on these lefties that are going to trial. They're charging the Luigi Mangiano kid with second-degree murder, not even premeditated first-degree murder. Bro, they've dropped all terrorist charges on him. They're already talking about dropping the terrorist charges on Donald Trump's assassin. What the fuck is actually going on here? They're like, we're winning. Where? Where the fuck are we winning when they're giving these people lesser fucking charges? They're not charging them as fucking terrorists, and they're not holding the terrorists that are threatening to murder people on the internet. Like, oh, well, there's an article from New York Times right now talking about how, on the left and on the right, it's so divisive, how the left is saying everything the right says is hate speech, but then the right is now criticizing people that are criticizing Charlie Kirk and punishing them. They're terrorists. They're outright calling for murder of an entire culture of people. That's much different than us calling you a fucking retard because you cut your dick and balls off and you don't realize you're just a eunuch demon and not a fucking boy or a girl. You don't know what the fuck you are. There's a big difference between changing the foundation and fabric of what America was built on and us fighting against that and just outright wanting to murder people. They're comparing us telling these people they're mentally ill to assassinating and murdering people. That's in fucking